Welcome back to my next playthrough series. Yes, we're back to Marvel Zombies X-Men Resistance. We're going to be doing the second mission in the book, which is called Breaking and Entering. And we're going to be using the same superheroes, the X-Men that we used in the first playthrough, which was the Flight of the X-Jet, if you want to check that out. Alright, this one is called Breaking and Entering. Easy. Well, we'll see how easy it is. 45 minutes. The zombies have taken over the city and blocked off nearly all means of escape. Luckily, we managed to survive and make our way to the X-Mansion. If we can get in and get the security system back online and operational, we just might stand a chance at living through this. At least long enough so we can figure out a plan of action. So the setup is like this. We have a Sentinel's hand active down here on the board. We'll take a look at that card here in a second. Special rules. We're locked out. The blue door can only be opened once the blue objective has been taken. The blue objective is down here in the garage. So that's the only way we can get the blue door open. There's a couple other doors on the board, but they're just regular doors to open. And I use little door miniatures. I forget where I got these exactly. I use them in Black Plague as well. Alright, power source each objective gives 5 XP to all superheroes when taken. Normally when you take an objective you get 5 XP for the one that took the objective, but in this scenario, when we take the blue objective, everybody gets 5 XP, and when we take the red objective, which is way up, I don't know if you can quite see it, everybody gets 5 XP. So we're going to be ramping up into the orange, or yellow and orange zones probably in this playthrough. We got 4 tiles this time. The first scenario was just 2. And it says there are more. The blue spawn point becomes active once the blue objective has been taken. So we have 1 spawn point on the bottom here, 1 spawn point over here, and the blue one will become active once we take the blue objective down here through the door. And per usual, we have bystanders on the board. There's 4 of them. So there's 1 here, there's 3 up in the mansion. And I do believe this space here, the bottom of the stairs and the top of the stairs, are 2 separate areas. Alright, and security shielding. Windows cannot be opened. So we do have windows in this game. There's 2 windows here, but they can't be opened. And there's another one here. So there's no smashing windows going through the windows because we have a security shield up. Alright, so our objective is rerouting the power. Accomplish these objectives in order. Take the blue and red objectives, and then escape via the exit with all superheroes. Any superhero may leave through this zone for free at the end of their turn as long as there are no enemies. So that's what we're trying to do. And the exit, well, I can't quite see it, is up here in that quadrant. All right, I'm gonna quickly flash up the cards. We are playing with Colossus, Storm, Wolverine, and Rogue. My favorite X-Men. All right, we're just going to take a look at their cards quickly, and then we're going to, I guess, have a turn. Oh, and Doctor Doom was defeated in the first episode. I know, spoilers if you wanted to go watch my playthrough of that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but anyway. What I will say is any of the supervillains, zombie superhero villains that we defeat, I will take out of the game as we move forward. But the bystanders, if a bystander is killed, I'll remove them from the game because I have lots of them. But if they are not killed, they may show up again, like Howard the Duck or what have you. All right, let's take a look at our superheroes. We're going to be starting by looking at Colossus. All right, I hope this is focusing up nice. So Colossus has 3 health, and this is the power-up scale. When we put it in the trays, it'll all make sense. He has a melee attack. He rolls 2 dice hitting on a 3+, his pummeling fists. And he's tough as steel, his starting off ability. Once during each enemy phase, you may ignore 1 wound you receive. And then we'll get into his other special abilities if and when he levels up. Of course, our first level up into the yellow section is everyone gets an extra action. So that's Colossus. All right, up next, let's take a look at Storm. Alright, so here we have Storm. She's got 3 health. She can power up to 4. Once you get to 4 power, you can't power up anymore. I'll explain how that works as we play. She has Gust, which is absolutely awesome ability. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power and select a zone within range 1. Move all enemies in that zone into a zone adjacent to it. That is so cool again. We'll get into her other abilities. They're Chain Lightning and Inspiring if we get there. Alright, let's take a look at Wolverine. Alright, taking a look at Wolverine, 3 health, 4 power, of course. Oh, I didn't say Storm is a range of 0 to 1, rolls 2 dice hits on a 3+. Wolverine's melee rolls 3 dice, hits on a 4+, but his Berserker Rage, when attacking with Adamantium Claws, add +1 to your dice results for each wound you've suffered. So the more damaged he gets, the more damage he does with his attacks. And for each roll of a 6, he rolls +1 die. These dice may generate additional dice. So he has exploding dice on 6. All right, let's take a look at our last X-Men, Rogue. Ah, yes, Rogue. My favorite X-Men. All right, so again, 3 health, 4 power. And she's got Knockout Punch because she's stolen Miss Marvel's powers, which is cool. All right, she's a melee fighter. 2 dice, hits on a 3+. Pretty good. All enemies suffer -1 toughness for her Knockout Punch. Minimum of 1 against your Mighty Punches attack. Once during your turn, you can perform a free open door action. So cool. All right, I'm gonna put them all in the trays. We're gonna start off, I guess, for our first turn. Alright, so we all start down here. We're heading towards the mansion. We've got to get into the car park here and take the blue objective. If we ever want to get through the locked blue door. We'll see how we're doing. Alright, we are going to start off with Rogue because she got the free door open ability, so that's pretty cool. So the first thing we do on a turn is we power up our superhero. So Rogue has 1 power. Alright, so for her first action, she's going to move from this zone to this one. And now she has... Oh, and everyone's got 3 actions. I should mention that as well. So for her free action, she gets to open this door for free. That's part of her abilities. So boom, she just flips the door open. And yes, when you open a door, you got to spawn. We have 1 spawn location right here. Everyone, of course, is in the blue zone because, well, it's the very beginning of the game. So we spawn and we get... Oh my god! Oh dear! Wow. Yeah. We have a zombie hero appearing immediately right here. And then we also have a bystander. So let's see who the bystander is, probably hiding underneath or behind one of the cars. And our bystander is Bolivar Trask. Once during a turn, you may spend a power to allow one other superhero within range 2 to perform 1 action, then resume your turn. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so he's hiding somewhere in here. And now we have to pull a supervillain, a zombie hero here. Rogue still has 2 actions remaining after that. Oh, wow. This could get interesting. All right, so I backed out a little bit. We have the I guess I should have shuffled the... We have our zombie hero decks. We'll give this a shuffle. Yes, there's a couple. I have a few of them. And this will be our zombie hero that shows up here. Oh man, these are tough. These are bad news. All right, and I will find the miniature, of course, for our bystander here in a second. Let's find out who Rogue has found behind the door. Oh my god, it's Headless Cyclops. Can attack from range 2. His attacks deal 1 wound to all superheroes in the target zone. Oh wow. His attacks deal 1 wound. Wow. Ooh, so... Alright, let me get out the miniatures, and then Rogue still has a couple actions left. Alright, so here we have a zombie Cyclops. Again, these miniatures, super, super cool. So he's holding up his own head. Very, very cool. And the miniature for Trask as well. I'll leave the card with him. Okay, Rogue has 2 actions remaining, and what is she going to do? We kind of want to punch the lights out of zombie Cyclops. If we get, he has 3 health, and Rogue's got 1 power. I think Rogue's going to go for it. Rogue's just going to come right in here. That's her second action because opening the door is free. And for her third and final action, she's going to absolutely punch Scott in the head. Punch his head right out of his hand. Maybe. So she's going to spend her 1 power. That allows her to add a die to her attack. So she'll be rolling 3 dice, hitting on a 3+. So it is possible, if she gets 3 hits, that she can take out Cyclops. Alright, come on, Rogue. We know you can do this. Alright, 3 dice. We're looking for 3+ on all of them. And she misses completely. She gets 2 2s and a 1. Which doesn't do anything to her. She just missed. Alright, well, Rogue is a little surprised to find Cyclops holding up his head. And so she missed. Ooh, alright, that's Rogue's turn. And yes, the superheroes can go in any order they like. So I'm going to figure out what we're going to do next. We really probably want to try to get rid of him as soon as possible. He does damage to everybody. Alright, up next we're going to have Cyclops go. He took out Doctor Doom last time, so he gets 1 power to start his turn. 3 actions, of course. He's going to go 1, 2, and for his 3rd action he will try and punch Cyclops out. I'm just going to move that there. So he is going to spend his 1 power to give himself an extra die. He's the same thing. He usually rolls 2 dice hitting on a 3+. He's spending his power 3 dice hitting on a 3+. We need to hit on all of them, so let's see if Cyclops can pound, or sorry, if Colossus can take out Cyclops. Come on, Colossus! Oh, yes! Colossus is the zombie superhero annihilator. Wow, he just walks right in there and pummels Cyclops right out of the game. See you later. And that's going to get him 3 experience because, because that was 3 health for Cyclops. Wow, well done. Except the problem here, 1, 2, 3. When we take the blue objective, giving Cyclops 5 experience is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's going to be into the yellow zone. Okay. Things are ramping up really fast. Okay, that was Cyclops taking his turn. We still have Storm and Wolverine, so let's figure out who's going to be going next. Alright, I think we're going to have Storm going next. She's just going to go 1, 2, and 3 and get in the same location here with the blue objective to take it next time. There you go. That's basically Storm's turn. Oh, I forgot. She gains 1 power, of course, so now she's sitting at 1 power. But she used all of her 3 actions for movement. Up last is Wolverine. And Wolverine is going to, of course, get 1 power at the start of his turn. And let's see what he's going to do. Alright, Wolverine thinks these guys got things under control. He's just going to go 1, 2 to here where the Sentinel's hand is. And for his 3rd action, he'll power up, which means he can gain 2 more power. So he's up to 3 power. That's all 3 of his actions. 2 movement, a power up, and he's done. Okay, that was the end of our X-Men's activations and all their actions. Colossus already beating up the zombie heroes. Love it. Alright, well, we're going to go into the zombie phase next, which is going to include the bystanders. But this bystander is not going to move because the bystander is in the same space with Storm. So he's just going to hunker down there. Alright, we have zombie movement. Well, guess what? There's no zombies or zombie heroes on the board. So we're going to go directly to spawning. We've got 2 spawn points. We got 1 up here and 1 down there. Remember, the blue one does not activate until we take the blue objective, which is right here. Alright, let's get to spawning. Alright, and on the first spawn zone, everybody's in the blue. We're going to get 1 tank unit, one brute, I guess we have it. Alright, 1 brute, not too big of a deal. And again, early going. So this from here to here is 1 zone. Alright, a second spawn zone. And the second spawn zone is way down here. Alright, and what do we get in that spawn zone? In the blue, we get, 2 runners. Okay, well, they're showing up, and yeah, 2 runners appear. Okay, they're pretty quick. They get 2 actions for activation. Alright, that's really it. So that's going to be how we're starting off for our first episode. We have Storm sitting at 1 power, Wolverine's at 3, and Colossus and Rogue both have no power. They tried. Well, Rogue got surprised by Cyclops. Colossus did not. Alright, we're going to zoom out and we're going to wrap up our episode for today. Alright, so that's going to wrap us up for today. So we've got Storm here in the objective room with Trask. We got Rogue and Colossus in here. And we got Wolverine over here by the... Oh, I didn't show you the Sentinel's hand, as I said I was going to. So we'll look at that right now. So you can activate the Sentinel's hand as an action. You can Sentinel hand Plasma Blast. 0 to 2 range, rolling 3 dice, hitting on a 3+. And then each hit counts as 2 hits against a single enemy. And then you flip this token over after you use this attack. And then it will become a hand you can throw and do damage at range. So I guess I'll leave that on the board with the hand so we know how we can do it. So basically, Wolverine's here. He could activate the hand and shoot, for an action. But we'll see what happens. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, Breaking and Entering. We're into the second mission of Marvel Zombies X-Men Resistance. Of course, we're playing with Colossus, Storm, Wolverine, and Rogue. So thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow for continuation. X-Men Resistance Marvel Zombies.